Alright, hey, what's up, guys? Act 3 of the Shadows Amidst Snowstorms event is now live. Last time we said we promised Albedo that we're gonna have a storytelling contest. But then after we promised that, a cutscene played where it showed that the false Albedo was still alive. So I didn't understand it at the time, but apparently the false Albedo is still alive. The Whopper Flower Albedo we thought was a creation from him. He knew how to create that Whopper Flower Albedo because he stole our Albedo's notes. So yeah, Whopperflower Albedo was just made as a distraction from the actual false Albedo. So in fact, there's 3 Albedos running around Dragonspine, but we just killed one. And from what I've learned, the false Albedo, we in quote unquotes, is the very first Albedo ever created, and our Albedo is like the second or whatever. And I think, from what I remember from reading the lore and whatnot, the first Albedo was deemed a failure or something, and Durin, the dragon that died on Dragonspine, was sent to swallow the first Albedo whole, to pretty much kill him. But since Durin died, the first Albedo escaped from Durin's belly, and now that's why he appears on Dragonspine. He even goes to Mondstadt to talk to Sucrose and Timaeus. Meanwhile, our Albedo has just been unaware of his presence for the whole time, until now. And yeah, the first and second Albedo were both created by Rhindontir, if I'm pronouncing his name right. I'll just say Gold, because that's easy to pronounce. So yeah, pretty interesting lore that I didn't pick up the first time I watched that cutscene. Albedo's a really interesting character. I wish, more story events revolved around him, because he's connected to Khaenri'ah, he's an artificial human being, yeah, almost everything about Albedo is so interesting. I can't believe he's not one of the main characters. Sure, we have 2 events centered around him, but he never appears in the main storyline of Genshin Impact. But that's enough rambling from me. Albedo wants us to meet at his campsite for that storytelling contest. And yeah, I'm gonna assume this is going to be like the final act of this the Shadows Amidst Snowstorms event. I could be wrong, there could be an Act 4 for all we know. But considering that all the challenges on the Dragonspine special training is unlocked, all of them, I'm gonna say this is probably the last act of this event, of this event's storyline. But hey, I guess let's not delay it any further. Let's go ahead and continue the Albedo story. What's up, Albedo?
Albedo!
Traveler, Paimon.
Hey.
I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
He's just gonna drop all the lore on us. He's just gonna tell us about his imposter and everything. I bet his story's going to be centered around his imposter.
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
Paimon calls dibs! Paimon first!
Please, go ahead.
It's probably going to be something stupid, isn't it?
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then, they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers.
Paimon, do you already know the story about this event? What?
To whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?" If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
I feel like Paimon subtly knows what's going on. Eat them alive in one bite, like how Durin ate the false Albedo alive. I feel like this is some sort of foreshadowing. Or something.
Ooh, truly frightening.
Yes, Paimon is truly frightening.
What the? You two aren't scared at all!
Maybe I'm just really tough, I don't know. How do you know all this, Paimon?
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
Ooh, in that case, I would add some horror elements in. After the whopper flowers eat someone, they would turn into that
In
person.
other words, the Whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
Yeah, it's almost like what we experienced in the previous act. And then adopt their newfound identity.
Then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
It's literally this story is literally what we experienced for in the last act.
What for? Just to scare people with?
Oh yeah, why are you running down?
Yes.
Just to scare people with? Oh yes. It will be quite helpful to scold that bitch Timaeus whenever he brings up a boring subject ever again.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Alright, so what's your story, Albedo?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist.
Yep, he's about to drop some dank-ass lore on us.
A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human. However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died. Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them.
Okay, so yeah, Subject 1 is obviously referring to our Albedo. Subject 2 is obviously referring to Imposter Albedo.
Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name. This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
I thought guys, I thought we were supposed to be making up stories. You guys are just telling what actually happened.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities, and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy.
I think Traveler knows what's going on.
And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
Subject 3 will be Whopper Flower, Albedo.
What? There's 3 of them now?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
He purposely erased it?
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct.
Yeah, you're straight up just telling a real story. We should know by now.
He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down.
Wow. So if I didn't get it back then, I would have gotten it by now. That yeah, there are 3 Albedos running around.
The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends, people would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
This is way too scary. Paimon's never gonna be able to trust anyone again.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix.
Gee, I wonder who that refers to.
Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1.
Gee, yeah. I really wonder who's that referring to. Dot dot dot.
What's wrong? Are you scared?
No, it's like you're telling an actual story.
What happened to the stranger?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns.
I feel like this is also Albedo's warning that the false Albedo still out there might come for us.
In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen.
And we are that gardener.
People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns.
Oh, jeez.
This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. Maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
It's not just a story. It's stuff that actually happened, yeah. These are real events, there you go. Albedo's trying to tell me the cruel and unbelievable truth.
That was intense. So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it.
Well, no. Not yet, anyways.
Fortunately, it is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine. Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter.
Rhine-Daughter,
like
that's how
me.
you pronounce it.
You must beware of all such creatures.
Don't say that, you're not a monster, you're my friend.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you.
That's another thing too. Albedo knows that we're from a different world. I feel like that's such an important fact that is just left out of the main story.
The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect, and what purpose does it serve?
How did you feel when you took out the imposter?
Nothing special. But whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor Albedo.
Hello? Traveler? Are you here?
Oh hey, Amber, you're back.
Hey, is that Amber?
Thought we might find you here.
Hello. You just left Dragonspine and now you're back, just like us.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Alright.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albedo. Bye for now.
Yep, well, thanks for the dank-ass lore.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here, so forgive me for not seeing you down.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Yeah, since Bennett's not around. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny it. Like, They came up here pretty easily. And also because Bennett's not around.
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
Radio. Oh wait, oh, this is the start of Act 3. Huh. Okay, so this act might be longer than I expected. What do you have to say, Albedo?
Go ahead. You're one of their instructors, no?
I feel like the false Albedo is going to appear again during this quest. Just a hunch. Alright, well, let's head over to the adventurers camp. Wait, what the? Is that Joel and his dad? Joe Surf?
Huh? Who is this guy?
Is he Joel's father? A gigantic version of Joel.
Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's father.
Yosef, also Joel's father is alive. Oh, that's good.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The traveler's helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
Joel has told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
Okay, the fact that your face looks like pallets kind of pisses me off, but oh, whatever. I'm glad you finally reunited.
Wow, this is amazing. Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears away? And what is Pallet doing here?
Pallet is the hero of the hour this time. Go on, Pallet. Tell us what
Wow,
happened
Pallet's
in
the
your own
hero
words.
this time? I refuse to believe it.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
I feel like he's making it up.
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Uh-oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
Oh, I didn't realize Bennett was here until now.
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life.
Yep, my bad luck definitely rubbed off on him.
Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh?
Wow, so it was completely by chance then.
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name.
Huh.
The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then, so I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yozerv suddenly started to remember.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Daddy.
Wow, so I feel like Mihoyo is just giving like Palette a redemption arc for what shit he did during 1.2.
Daddy's right here, Joel.
Still hate him,
Daddy's right here.
but hey, he steps in the right direction, I suppose.
Yozerf, don't you remember anything else at all? The poor princess? Feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I'm not sure. I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to
Jeez.
indicate who I was or how I got there. I crawled into a cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was so worried about you.
I'm really second thinking this. Like, a theory just popped up into my head. What if... What if, like Joel's dad's not actually here? This is some sort of work by the false Albedo or whatever. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he's actually here.
I'm all right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
All's well that ends well.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Bennett on that mountain.
I knew it. I just...
No. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yozerv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Ballad. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh, yeah. I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone.
Auntie Amber. Yeah, it really does seem like, yeah, they're giving Pallet a redemption arc in this quest. I wonder how many people are going to be willing to forgive him.
You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But
Yeah.
I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
Wait, how? Can you use your cryovision or something?
Huh? Eula?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
Huh. Is that an actual thing?
Really? Oh, this is awesome! You're the best, Auntie Eula!
Does powder rime actually exist and it can prevent snow from melting? That's interesting. Also, hey, Eula being nice to kids. It's always nice to see.
Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now! How cool is that?
How can I ever repay you all?
Don't mention it. We're all delighted for you.
Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Nice camera angles, Mihoyo.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman. Can we do it now, please?
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now. I'm sure I'll see you all another day.
Very well, very well. It's time for Pallet and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time, you know?
Nope, you didn't.
See you guys.
Not in the eyes of the community.
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Oh, what is it?
Are you sure? This must be really important to you.
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Wow. Now our snowman
Oh,
won't
she
melt
gives the
either.
thing as well. Thank you, I'll treasure it.
You're welcome. Just keep it. That's all I ask.
Oh, this is how we're able to take our snowman back to our Serenity Teapot, I bet. Yeah.
Amber and I have some business to attend to now. See you later.
Alright, see you, Eula. It was nice to see you. Man, I feel, yeah, Albedo and Eula were great additions to this event, I feel like. Amber, too, as well. As well as Bennett. Heck, the whole cast during this event was pretty great. Bye!
Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now.
Yep, what do we do now?
Oh, you know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo
Oh,
about
yeah.
how to make a fruit juicifier machine that could keep the juice fresh.
That's literally the reason we also that this quest started. Was Paimon wanted to make a fruit juicer.
Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
Oh, so we're heading back to Mondstadt? I bet we're gonna see the fake Albedo there, huh? Oh, and we got the snowman torso. Yeah, I have the feeling we'll see the fake Albedo here. Cause I definitely have the feeling he's gonna appear again at some point. Let's see if I'm right. Nope, it's just Timaeus.
Timaeus!
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you? Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous look on your face. Oh, you're not still thinking about that ridiculous juicer thing, are you?
Well, yep, well, Paimon is. There's no us in this situation. I really have no stake in this either way.
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass. It's just the weirdest request ever.
No, but Paimon's Sunsettias are gonna go to waste without it!
Just eat them!
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsettias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus?
Yep, I think I called it.
We meet again.
Oh no, it's... No. Is this the actual Albedo, or is it false Albedo? He just put the star mark back on his neck. I'm so sus right now. Like, I'm so suspicious of Albedo right now. Of this Albedo, I mean.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
It's doable.
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again!
That's impossible.
I was right. Hey, oh yeah, Trevor realizes, yeah, the Albedo we met at first was the imposter one. That's impossible. Wait, no, that's missing. Wait, his neck.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, Traveler?
Oh dear. What? It's back there again. The mark is back. Is this a prank?
What about his neck?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
He keeps being all smug. He knows what's going on. No, it's fine.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
Have a smug face as well. So it was a prank. No, I don't think that's the case.
Albedo, you were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them!
You could always live on Dragonspine.
No, too cold for Paimon.
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them. This is where you come in, Traveler.
Wow, foisting it off to me. You're not the real Albedo. The real Albedo's not this smug.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the work.
Wow.
Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow into fruit trees.
Look at that little doggo approaching us. Can fruit trees even grow in the snow? I wonder.
Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsettias.
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener! That's not the goal here.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
This has something to do with the creation of life or something. I feel like this is a metaphor for something. A gardener. I didn't expect Albedo to joke about this. Doesn't he care about what the mark means?
Albedo! Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's super sweet Sunsettias!
It bothers you, does it?
Of course it bothers Paimon! They are the rarest, super duper sweetest Sunsettias ever! And they're not for you!
Okay, but they're just Sunsettias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Huh? Really?
I see, that makes a lot of sense. Oh wow, that's the end of the quest, huh? Albedo, are you real or are you not? Oh yeah, build the final snowman. Oh, I still haven't built this one yet, but I'll do that later.
Out into the world, and Dragonspine is too cold for ordinary fruit trees to survive. But if, one day, Dragonspine did become home to gardens and orchards, there would be more reasons for people to visit. Perhaps a little life is the key to attracting people. Life may exist in all kinds of unfathomable forms, and in all manner of unthinkable environments. Mysterious, yet tenacious. Perhaps this is what makes life so special.
Man, I can't believe it just ended like that. Wait, Timaeus, you got anything to say? Nope, you're just an NPC now. Goodbye. Huh. That kind of ended pretty abruptly. Oh, and there's no more quests afterwards. Huh. So, about the gardening thing, I'm still slightly confused. I'm not sure what the gardening thing is supposed to be a metaphor for. Maybe I'm just, maybe the metaphor's just flying over my head at the moment. But if you guys know what it means, let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe then when I read them, I'll get it. But man, this was a pretty good event. I'm just surprised at how it ended so abruptly. It still doesn't answer the question of where the false Albedo is. I still have the feeling this Albedo right in front of me is the false one. And that he somehow managed to put the star mark back on his neck. But who knows? There could be like a conclusion quest to all this when the event is over in like 8 days from now. Because I know during the 1.2 event when the Dragonspine first came out, you had to wait until the event was over for there to be a conclusion quest while Albedo hints that he might destroy Mondstadt or something like that. So that might be the same thing here, but I wouldn't count on it. But all in all, this was a pretty short, Act 3. I expected Act 3 to be kind of short and not as long as the other acts. But then we got confirmation. Yeah, there were 3 Albedos running around. Imposter Albedo's still out there. Imposter Albedo might actually be right behind me, staring at me in the back, ready to stab me. But we'll never know. Who knows when we'll ever hear from the false Albedo ever again. I still refuse to believe this is the real Albedo right in front of me. Somehow. Maybe you guys can let me know whether that's the real or fake Albedo right there in the comments down below. But yeah, that does it for today's video, guys. This event storyline is really, really good. Some really heavy lore drops. I think this is definitely one of my top 5 favorite events of all time in Genshin. Albedo is a really interesting character, and I wish the story explored him a bit more. Eula, Amber, and Bennett were also great additions to this game, and I wish, they would also appear in the story more. Eula especially, because it's kind of sweet seeing her being nice to Amber, and being nice to Joel and us. And Bennett too. And Albedo to some extent. But yeah, that about does it for today's video, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this event story quest as much as I did. Leave a comment down below, let me know, what am I missing? If I've missed anything, let me know your thoughts of the event quest. Let me know if this Albedo right here is an imposter or not. And subscribe today if you want to see some more videos from me. Now that this event is over, I think I might start focusing on the stuff I've been ignoring for some time. I still have yet to do Beidou's and Goro's hangout events, so I might do them in like a future video. I'll also be doing Arataki Itto's story quest when it eventually is released and when his banner's out. Not to mention, I will be pulling for Arataki Itto when the Eula Albedo banner ends. So yeah, if you want to see those videos and you don't want to miss them, just subscribe to me today. And with all that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.